This is the WZ-116F3. It is a Tier 10 Chinese clan reward heavy tank. It's a vehicle you might not even know anything about. To be honest, until making today's video, I had zero clue about any of this vehicle's statistics, as it's that rare of a tank to run into. But today we're going to be looking at its armor profile, we're going to be taking a look at its gun, and doing some live gameplay to see just what it's capable of. So let's start off with a basic overview of its statistics. It deals 530 damage per shot, which is pretty beefy. That will easily outtrade the majority of other tier 10 heavies. It's also an autoloader, but that's where the good things stop. For example, it's got really bad DPM at only 2,100. That's really bad. I mean, you can get a BZ-72-1, a 5A, upwards of 3,200 DPM if you're running it properly. You obviously can't run a rammer on autoloaders, so the best thing I have is vents to increase my DPM a little bit. But yeah, it's not going to be getting too much damage per minute out. Accuracy-wise, 0.35 is pretty bad. Its aiming time is pretty bad as well, so it's not an accurate vehicle. And if we take a look at the clip, well, it's a 5-second intro clip. I mean, yeah, it does 17 or 1,600 damage with its 3 shells on average, but yeah, somebody has to sit in front of you for 10 seconds to deal that 1,600. So there's a lot of give and take with this vehicle. If there's an unsuspecting opponent, then they're going to get nuked. But I feel like in 9 times out of 10, somebody's just going to back up after they got shot once, and the autoloading capabilities of this vehicle really aren't going to do anything all too impressive. But hey, at least it does feature a pretty dangerous gun if somebody does allow you to get those shells out. Mobility-wise, the tank seems pretty fast. It has a top speed with my loadout of 44. It reverses at 23, which is crazy good. That means if you get yourself stuck in any awkward situations, you'll be able to very quickly back up. I am running a T3 turbo, I should mention. Power to weight as well is almost 16, which is pretty good for a heavy, but we'll have to see how it is on medium terrain. The one thing I did want to take a look at was the armor profile, which we can see in front of you. And it's actually surprisingly good. This is the other part of the vehicle that's really nice. It features 8 degrees of gun depression, and this is 325 mils of premium pen aiming at the vehicle. It is all red on the turret. I mean, the weakest part of the turret is 340, and as soon as you get to the edge of the turret, it's upwards of 400 to 500. So, yeah, this vehicle, it's pretty impressive. The mantlet does have some weak spots here and there, but, I mean, good luck. It's also got a lot of 500 mil spots. So, essentially, if you're aiming at this vehicle hull down, good luck. You got like a tiny little spot here for about 300-ish, but everything else is completely red. Lower plate's also pretty strong. As we can see against AP, it's about 250, which means you can actually angle this vehicle and get that lower plate very, very troll. Honestly, armor-wise, this tank is a 9 out of 10. I mean, its side-scraping capabilities are pretty bad, as we can see. That is not strong, but in terms of the actual armor profile, this is not a tank you're going to want to mess with, especially when it gets hauled down. That is super duper impressive, and I think this is the major area where the 116 is definitely going to prevail. I mean, what are you going to do against this thing hull down? I don't know. I probably would just ignore it, because there's not much you can do to a tank that has that much turret armor with basically no hatches and weak spots. We arrive on Serene Coast. Up against us, we have 2 rhinos in platoon, a Super Conqueror, we got a Mouse, IS-7, IS-4, so they got a lot of heavies. I am going to be making my way, hopefully, over towards the hill. We'll see if our team supports us, and I'm also excited to see how the mobility on this vehicle works out. I actually haven't played any games in this tank, so we're going to be seeing how my first battle goes live. Wow, 34-second clip reload. You don't realize how long of a reload that is until you actually get in the battle, but holy, that is quite bad. Basically, we're the same reload as an artillery. Now, I'm going to have to be quite careful if we don't have too much support here, but it looks like our IS-7 and 277 are also making their way over here, which is quite nice. Mobility-wise, it seems alright. I mean, the power to weight's about the same as a 4.52K, it kind of feels, which isn't anything impressive, but I mean, it's good enough. We're going at a top speed of 44 right now, which is okay. I'm excited to see how this gun handling feels, because we are running vents. I was tempted to run V-stabs over vents, but I also wanted to increase the DPM, because this tank has so little. So I guess we'll find out how this vehicle feels in that area. But yeah, mobility-wise, it's okay. I can't say it's anything impressive, because it's not. We're chilling at like 40 right now. Okay, well, we're just going to move up. We have 8 degrees, which means we should be able to work this ridgeline pretty okay. And with 325 mils of APCR pen, we should be able to cut through the majority of armor hull down, which is going to be obviously quite nice. So we'll see. We will exactly see what we're able to do here. Got the enemy Super Conk. We also got the Rhino and all these vehicles in the back. We got Artie shooting at us. I'm just going to have to use my repair kit. Alright, let's aim it on the Rhino and chunk. There you go. 530 damage shell into his vehicle. Nice. Okay, we unfortunately are getting a little bit blockaroonied, but that's okay. We get a bounce into the Rhino, and let's aim in one more. Up, bruh. Alright, there you go. Nice. Okay, so we got 2 shells out. Not bad. The pen, as we can see, is quite nice, and I was able to cut right through that enemy Rhino's turret with very little effort. Plus, I don't feel worried at all hull down that I'm going to be penned, and because of that, we just kind of dominated. Oh my god, I just watched those artillery nuke our teammates. Hopefully, our 452 or just one of our teammates will kill this Super Conqueror, because if they do, I'll push up, and I'll clear the Rhino. But we'll see. Our IS-7's going in now, and I'm going to push up as it is. Here we go. Okay. So we got the IS-4 camping all the way in the back. The fact that he hit me is pretty impressive, to be honest. I can't even get mad. I mean, dude's camping, so it's not like he's going to do too much to us. Alright, so I'm going to push wide around. We're going to see if we can get some damage into the E50M, possibly. Maybe the 4005. And bonk, there you go. 514 damage shell. And we're going to aim it again. Bonk, there you go. 519. Seems like people don't realize that this is an autoloader, and they allow you... Well, unfortunately, because the Artie hit us, we weren't able to get that final shell out, but it seems like people don't realize this is an autoloader, and they allow you to get shells into them, which normally would not be the case. Like, we got 2 shells into the Rhino, 2 shells into the E50M, when normally I doubt that player would give us the time of day and would just back up. But it could just be a bad player as well, so that's also equally as possible. We can see the mouse is getting absolutely butchered in our spawn right now, so we're going to head over towards this IS-4. Hopefully we can use that good mobility and get a decent chunk of damage out. Full speed ahead! We obviously know that the 268 version 5 is over here as well. Alright, well, let's just keep on going. Oh, my game's lagging a bit. We're all good, though. All good. Alright, let's move up here, and let's see if we can get a shell into the IS-4 or not. Our teammates are kind of making it a little bit... Oh, okay, we're good. My game was having a bit of lag issues here, but we're all good. There's 1 shell into the IS-4, and... bonk, there you go. 543 shell into his vehicle. We got 1 shell left, and... wait for it to aim in. There you go. 573 damage. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, this tank hits hard. We're at 3,700 damage, but... with the poor DPM we feature, I don't know if we're going to be able to get much more damage per minute out this battle. Our teammate is fighting the 268 version 5. We got the 261 in the back. I'm going to ignore the V5 for now, and I'm going to push the IS-7. So we're going to reload here, and we got 8 more seconds left. But yeah, this is where the DPM on this vehicle feels very, very unfortunate, is the best way to word it. So we're going to aim it on him, and there you go. 546 damage shell. And we reload again, but we don't get the shell out. So at this point, we're at 4,200 damage. All that's left is the EBR. I feel like the EBR is in this corner here. I might be wrong. I don't know why. Just have an inkling. No, he's not. Okay. Our 268 drowned. Interesting. That's great. I mean, there's no way that EBR is still in that spot there. He definitely left, so we're just going to sit in the base cap for now. Oh, there you have it. This is indeed going to be a victory on base capture. Don't know where the EBR went. He's probably hiding somewhere off in the corner there. Doesn't really matter. We got to win. We did over 4,200 damage, and this was a pretty solid result. This is where I feel like the tank was in a pretty optimal situation. Our team was very aggressive. We were able to clear the opponents in front of us, and we were able to take advantage of the gun this tank features and get some big bonks out. Also, I apologize for not moving my camera. I forgot to do that, but yeah, this was a really solid game. We didn't get that much XP, as we didn't manage to pick up any kills. In autoloaders, it's usually more important, at least in my opinion, to focus on getting out your damage. When you only have 2,000 DPM, it's much more important to try and clip big damage chunks into your opponents than it is to focus on getting a clear for like 100 HP. I mean, if you need to, yeah. But if your team's winning, focus on getting the damage out, because you're not going to have much of an opportunity in other situations to do so. Here we go on Mountain Pass, which we are indeed passing through a mountain right now. This is a little bit of a sussler spot to always cross, but we're good. Thankfully, we have a pretty mobile build here, so we don't need to worry too much about about getting caught in the open. Not like an E100 or something slow. Now, the enemy only has 3 heavies, and they're not even really that heavy of heavies. So because of that, I'm just going to play fairly aggressive here. That was a really unfortunate shot, and my game appears to have done the I'm going to die maneuver. Oh, there you go. Okay, we're good, we're good. I don't know why my game does this to me. It's probably the most annoying thing that you can deal with, but there you go. 1 shell into the enemy Foch, and let's reload again. 5, 4, 3, 2. There you go. We get a 2nd shell into the Foch as well. So, little annoying that our game kind of froze midway through. There's nothing to really do about it, but we still got 1,000 damage out, and we're getting some good bleeds. I'm basically the only thing holding this line over here, so that's bad. That's really bad. But the Yo is a 1-shot, so is the Contra Caro. Oh, we got another Artie shooting at us. Let's back up before that hits us. Okay, we got 10 seconds left on our reload, which is obviously quite a bit, but we should be okay. 5 more seconds. Foch is moving up. There you go. Foch gets bonked once. And let's see if we can just clear the Foch really quick. Hello, good sir. There you go. I mean, he got me for 450, but he killed himself in the process for it, so I don't think that was necessarily a great play from that player there. Alright, let's aim it on the Yo, and bonk, there you go. Even if we get hit by the Contra Caro, I think that was worth, in my opinion. We're not going to use our repair kit. We're going to push up on the Cobra here, and we're going to see if we can get a nice chunk into his vehicle. There you go, 602 roll. Alright, let's see. We're going to reload. Cobra does not know I'm out of shells. Probably doesn't even know I'm an autoloader, but dude nuked himself for it anyway. Oh, we got an Artie shooting at us again. We're going to back up. Oh, we got another Artie shooting at us. Welcome to World of Tanks, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Artillery, the most exciting tanks in the game. Alright, well, we're all good. We've done 2,500 damage at this point, and it looks like the other side of our map is doing alright, which is pretty important. Skoda got bonked. Hopefully our T-95 gets that Contra Caro cleared. Wow, and the artillery kills that player. Alright, well, at this point, the Cobra is on reload. So we are going to push the Cobra. And there you go, he's dead. Alright, we're going to move up. We have the enemy Super or that's just a Conqueror, actually. Alright, let's just push the Conqueror, and we're going to aim in right on his vehicle's hull. Bonk, there you go, 413. And we're going to reload 1 more shell. Bonk, wow. 530 damage per shot, both with low roll. That's pretty sad, going to be honest. But at least we have 3 shells, so we're able to get the clear. Well, there you have it. That was a pretty good game. I still don't know why my World of Tanks randomly dies. It definitely has to do with my recording software, because it doesn't do it when I'm playing the game normally, but for some reason my recording software conflicts with the game, and it causes it to literally die mid-battle, as we saw, which was really annoying there, because we probably would have gotten our first shell out. Although, no, we actually missed Leopard, so it didn't matter. But, I don't know. It was still a little bit annoying there. We did a decent game, 3,300 damage dealt, and we made the right move going to the bypass, because we basically stopped their mediums from pushing up. I can't really say all too much about that game, though. I mean, we basically just killed them, and then that was it. The game was over. We did pretty good. The rest of our team did all right. That's kind of a game that I'm happy to play in when it comes to World of Tanks. Not much effort, a lot of fun, and pretty good battle. Overall, what do I have to say about the 116 F3? Well, it felt pretty solid, to be honest. I mean, it was definitely a struggle for damage. The 3 games that I played in the vehicle today, I averaged 3,300 in. And that was because the average battle literally lasted about 4 minutes. And in 4 minutes with 2,200-ish DPM, that's about 1,000 less than the amount I could have done in the entire time. So these games, I just haven't been able to get out damage because they've been so fast. If you get into a normal battle where it lasts maybe 5 to 7 minutes, where you're able to hold, bonk people, especially super heavies, I can see this tank being super dangerous. Especially because it seems a lot of people don't realize this is an autoloader. That previous game, the Foch sat right in front of me, allowed me to bonk him 2 times, we took 1,000 off of him. The E50M, the Rhino, it just seems like a lot of people don't realize it's an autoloader. They let you shoot them once and they're like, oh, he's probably got a long reload with 530 damage, and then you bonk him again in 5 seconds. And because of that, I actually think this tank's pretty solid, especially when you pair that with the incredible armor. I mean, this thing basically has no weak spots all down. Its upper plate is really solid. I mean, the gun's pretty inaccurate. It's got pretty bad aiming time. So the gun is really, like in DPM and everything on the accuracy, is the major balancing factor for the great armor. But it's got good mobility, great gun depression, and a super good armor profile. So even though it doesn't have a lot of DPM or accuracy, it still hits hard, and even if you miss 1 or 2 shells, just one shot of 530 might be enough to stop your opponent from rushing you. So let me know what you guys think about this vehicle in the comments down below. I actually thought it felt pretty good, and I really don't have any complaints. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.